Welcome back to Hollywood Live. I'm Emily Hache. My next guest is the founder of Leverage the Laws of the Universe. And we're going to talk about that, leveragethelaws.the-universe.com. She is an astrologer, a painter, a feng shui expert, and a life coach. Please welcome, I'm very excited to talk to her, Franca Borgia.
Hello, Emily.
Hi, it's so good to have you here.
Great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about all of these wonderful things that you're doing and leverage the laws of the universe. Because everything you do kind of comes together, yeah?
Exactly. And this website has been inspired by my two grandfathers. One of them was an electro engineer. He was producing home devices in the 20s of the past century. And my other grandfather, he focused his life on man-made laws. So it's this approach to the laws of the universe that somehow has accompanied me on a profound level. And when I was 11 years old, I discovered astrology. And we do use time measuring devices in our daily lives. We have watches, we have alarm clocks, we have time measuring devices that are even discerning milliseconds of two athletes at the Olympic Games, for instance. Mm-hmm. But we do often not consider the bigger picture that surrounds us. This is what I'm focusing on.
Now, you had told me before we started that your father was pivotal in bringing sort of Chinese medicine and applying Chinese medicine concepts to Eastern concepts to Western medicine, and that he was an important part of your life. Can you talk a little bit about that?
He actually made me grow up in an environment that was conducive to my perception of my surroundings in a very conscious way. There is an inner space and an outer space. The outer space that we live in determines how our life is passing and where we are headed. I mean, you can read a space as you can read a person, because the space is telling a story, and every detail in the space gives us a whole list of information about the path of this person or the people who live in this space. And China has always considered these details very accurately, and feng shui has become very popular in the past decades in the West. It is part of my concept that includes the small world that we can see and experience with our senses in our everyday life, and it also includes the world outside that includes our small world, and that can make us understand that this clockwork that we are part of can be more profoundly understood and leveraged in that sense.
I think that we all sort of feel that we're living in challenging times, and you have found a way to sort of tap into this for yourself and into these laws of the universe for yourself. What advice would you give to people to sort of achieve the level of peace and harmony and success that you've had?
Well, I think it's very important not to focus on short-term achievements. This may sound strange in our fast-paced epoch, yeah, so to speak. But certain things take time and you cannot rush them. I would also advise young people not to seek for easy ways to get it done, to get it out to the world, if they are not 100% sure of what they are sharing.
There are no easy answers.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. It is important to be convinced of what you are doing and to get into your path with a lot of awareness. And part of my path is painting, because the double spiral is an image that depicts the bigger picture as well as the smallest picture.
And all of your paintings incorporate that double spiral, don't they? That's part of it's part of the nature of your work.
It is. The things that we see each day, that we hear each day, that we touch each day, they form our lives. When we are always surrounded by things that cause us tension, that make us feel insecure, this is something that impacts us on a profound level. And we want to feel very centered in ourselves and in our space, because this is what strengthens us from deep within. I am currently preparing a book series that is about to be published soon. And it will be a sort of snackable approach. So these books will not have more than 50 pages and will be on different topics about astrology, about longevity. Because I think we all would like to live long and healthy lives.
And happy lives.
And happy lives.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. And so I am asked questions very often that I would like to answer in these books. Therefore, it's called the FAQ series, Frequently Asked Questions series, making you think.
What would you say was a defining moment for you, in your growing up? When did you realize, or was this something that you always knew, that this was an area that you wanted to study and that you wanted to explore?
Well, actually, I have got into astrology when I was 11 years old, thanks to my father, who also studied my horoscope prior to my birth. And I became very passionate about astrology because it makes you understand everything much more clearly. And you can comprehend the small bird that you live in as a reflection of something much bigger that's going on around, that is a clockwork. Because we use clocks, alarm clocks, watches all the time, and time measuring devices for the Olympic Games. And there are other bigger clockworks around us that define us. I mean, the sunlight is traveling a long way to this planet. So we are part of something much bigger.
And all of that moves
Yes.
in a rhythm. All of that moves in cycles and in rhythms.
Precisely.
Right. So is part of leveraging the laws of the universe timing?
Timing.
Right?
Yes, because a keen sense of timing is the key to success. Sometimes it just depends on the right moment. And also our living environment is a mirror of the rhythms of our daily lives, because it reflects what we are doing. It paints a picture of who we are. And the details are sometimes so subtle that we do not notice them when we see them all the time, and we don't have distance. We don't have a distance. And they can be leveraged to our advantage, like it's done in feng shui.
If you understand how the universe works,
Yes.
you can leverage the universe to your advantage.
Yes. And so my two grandfathers, who have actually never met each other, one of them was an electrical engineer who leveraged the laws of physics and electricity. And the other grandfather was a treasurer, you call it in English, in the late 40s and 50s in Europe. And both these grandfathers somehow have contributed to this vision of leveraging the laws of the universe, so to speak. And of course, my father, I'm very thankful to him for always encouraging me to cultivate the habit of independent thinking.
Exploring your own ideas.
Right.
making your own decisions about things.
Yes.
That sort of independent thinking.
And to feeling confident with my path, even if the outer world does not immediately comprehend it or agree on it. He even said, once you are dead, you need to wait 300 years until people understand you.
But if you're on your own path and you're
Yes.
understanding yourself,
Yes.
then that's really what matters.
Yes.
That is good advice for people today, and that's sort of my next question for you is what advice do you have for people coming up today? Like if you could look back at yourself when you were younger, or if you could look at someone who is, just coming into adulthood.
I would really wish them to care less about the outer world, in a sense that their strength has to be in their own mind and in their understanding of who they are. It is not about measuring up to the standards of some other admired celebrities. It's about being truthful to yourself and being honest with yourself.
This is fascinating work. I wish we had more time to talk about things. If people want to get in touch with you, if they want to contact you about any of your work, where can they find you?
Well, there is the website leveragethelawsoftheuniverse.com and a website about my artwork, francaborgia.com. And this is a painting style that I developed over the past quarter of a century, and it's based upon the only way to depict the universe in one line, which is the double spiral. Because it contains everything. It contains the Milky Way, it contains the movement of micro...
on the micro level, yeah.
Yes, on the micro level. And it keeps you in a very smooth flow of energy. And it empowers
it's always
you
moving.
from within. And this is a very healing artwork. I mean, it reduces the stress level decisively.
Fantastic.
Yes?
Oh, yes.
Because, I mean, when you see images that somehow create tension, that makes you excited, I mean, that may be exciting in a moment, but it also depletes you on an energy level. So you want to be centered and you want to be very centered in your environment as well, inside and outside. So knowing and understanding who you are, what the bigger picture is, the pattern of your life, and how to simplify your path ahead by choosing the perfect moment.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Franca. It's been such a pleasure to speak with you. And we will be right back after these messages.